And hello and welcome to Exeter Lanes in New Hampshire for the Pro Series playoffs. My name is Greg Guyar, broadcasting on Candlepin Bowling Network, along with many other commentators here on Facebook and YouTube. So make sure to check out all the broadcasts when you have a chance. We'll get started just as soon as we have a chance here. Yeah, we're rolling right now, in fact, so just go over there. And now, introducing the stars of our first two matchups. The number 17 seed, John Winchell. The number 16 seed, Ryan Drago. The number 22 seed, Chris Winiars. And number 11 seed, Ed Woodside. Good luck, bowlers. So we'll have one matchup going at a time here, so we will start with the Drago and Winchell match. High seed gets lane choice, and it's a two-string matchup, as you see on your screen here. See some frames dropping. We'll address that as soon as we get a chance, but first we have Ryan Drago. He's on lane 5. You see him here. Headpin hits, good start. Kingpin left. His opponent, John Winchell, in the knockout bracket at Worcester. Top 24 seeds made it based on Pro Series standings throughout the year. And top 8 have a first round bye. Just wide on the single pin here for Ryan Drago. Winchell back on that half. Worcester will be fighting for pins. There's the spare for the 10 box, excuse me, for Drago. Picking up 3 pins off the bat. We'll go 5 boxes at a time and then switch. After that early 3-pin lead, he gets another look here, this time at the 2-pin. Winchell, big hit, he's got the 5. So single pins for each this time. Drago connects with the single this time. Winchell just wide of that plank. Wide target, would have liked that one. And we'll stick with 9 here. Ryan Drago was consistent in getting to his 16 seed position. Some bowlers also moved up in the standings, so I believe Ryan Drago was actually 16 seed. There were some dropouts I mentioned. Drago got points in every single Pro Series event. Most notably at the 3-man teams where he almost didn't make the cut, but made it to a play-in match, against AJ Stockton with a tie. And that's how he gets to this point. 6 on the spare fill. But our first split. John Winchell demonstrated his consistency in another way. He was runner-up in the Riverwalk Lanes 10-stringer event, where he rolled a 12.05 across the 10. Winner of that event was Nick Leach, our number 10 seed. He's going against Corrado Pani. Chance to pick up pins here for each, but they both settle for 7. All right, folks, looks as though the network frame issue is resolved a bit. I had to drop the video output quality here, but it is on a recording as well, worst case scenario. Hopefully this allows for an enjoyable broadcast, but we will do the best we have to bring you this quality bowling one way or another. 6 pins out for Drago. There's a 5-pin back there. Winchell, big hit, and another single pin to take a look at. This match only separated by a mark in the early going. Chantier, single goes. Nothing on ball 3, but Drago with an 8-pin lead minus the spare fill. The winner of the Drago versus Winchell match will go on to face the bowler of the year, Jimbo Ayotte. Now Winchell's spare fill. Good one! 9, and he takes the lead. It's pegged. Drago's got a spare. Good half, 51 plus. Winchell drops in the channel, however, and he'll take a 9. So that's the situation, even in pinfall, but ball in hand for Drago. Now we flip over to the other match on this pair of lanes. Ed Woodside and Chris Winiars. Conveniently in the red and green, I've predetermined. Most fortunate. Four for Woodside to start. Both bowlers coincidentally bowl out of Central Park lanes on respective Friday Night Pro League teams. Woodside, good crack at that one. 7-8 stands. 3-2 split for Winiars. Good cut on that. Now a question of pins. And Woodside picks up 1. One, 3, 5, 7, 10. To your left, you see Mark Smith and Sean Taylor. Mark Smith in the black shirt, slightly on camera here. Winiar's got the head pin. Wood's going to sit nice in front of the kingpin. Remember, 2-string knockout matches. Total pinfall. That'll be tracked at the top of your screen. Kingpin goes. Chris on the board. What a cut that was. Woodside only has 8 to show for it. There's the half Worcester. Folks, do please feel free to flip between streams here. We've got 4 in progress here with Bob Lee, Paul Grant, and Justin Scally all across Exeter Lanes here in New Hampshire today. 1 yard 7, no 6, excuse me, that's a diamond. A lot of great action as we whittle this field. It's 24 down to 1. Woodside made a great cut, but the back pin foils him. Diamonds only go about 1 in 4 times, and it does for Winiars, back to back. An early 2-mark advantage. And we'll get back to the Drago-Winchell match for the back half of their first string. Effectively the second quarter of sorts. Woodside again mints the head pin. Winninger's disappointed to have a 5-fill. He got the head pin as well. Both bowlers have smidge full. What a cut, but the 7 stands. Winninger's again 3-2. Just 4 pins, so he's going to have a mess to pin out here. Woodside challenges with 10. Question of tactics as well. Winninger's goes aggressive and does not come up with it on the 3rd ball. So 6 gained the last box with the 5-fill versus 9, but now 10 versus 6 claws it right back. And really the 2-mark advantage collapses a bit to 1 big one. 4 pins out for Woodside. Winninger's big hit. 5 pin this time, there's no wood to speak of. On it for his 3rd mark. Woodside adds a stick, that'll be 9 for a 45 half, 55 and a ball. For Chris Winningers. And now we revert to our first matchup here where we see Ryan Drago and John Winchell. Ball in hand for Ryan Drago, as I mentioned. Bowlers switched lanes. This is John Winchell. 4 horsemen, but the dominoes continue to drop. 6-10. How about the 10 pin? That's going to go too. Drago, thanks for nothing on a head pin hit. Good count. Winchell claw this advantage back. Oh, he hit the backwood. Single got away again, I'm afraid. Drago can't make the impossible one. Just trying to shoot wood off the wall somehow, some way. Still plenty of time in this 2-string match. Pin picked. First 10 box for Winchell. And a 9. This is Candlepin Bowling Network on YouTube and Facebook. Please remember to subscribe on YouTube and like us on Facebook so you're always in the know on all the great bowling videos. We're winding down on this season, but we hope to be here for many seasons yet. And we appreciate your support just by watching either way. Thank you. Two leaves to work out for each. Winchell 5 pins, it's the outpost. Got pins, back pins for Drago. So chance to gain a small advantage here. Only 7 apart, every pin's going to matter here. Drago goes the safer way to left, but only comes up with 8, so Winchell picks up 1 there. The advantage now 6. Average spare fill is about 6.5 on spares. Winchell's missing a 7 pin, so he'll have to re-rack. Winner of the Woodside Winningers match will go on to face Dave Barber, the number 6 seed.
What did he have?
Drago got 8, Winchell 9.
Winchell 9, thank you.
Sometimes I'm the one asking the question, folks. Winchell found the head pin this time, but has a split to deal with. I beg your pardon, I can't believe I choked on that call. I can't believe the pins fell backwards for him. But the split didn't go. It does for Drago, though. Third mark to Winchell's 1. Two-string match. I know Winchell's going to want those 2 singles back, but still a dozen boxes to go. Four horsemen right. Drago comes away with a 5 fill. And the gap is now 11. Thinks he dropped that ball early. He's finding the range on the third ball. That's a promising sign. Picks a pin up in any event. Pinning is actually exactly level in this match. It's just a question of the 2 marks so far. Your 8 top seeds is your bowler of the year, Jimbo Ayotte, Sean Baker number 2, then Josh Daly, winner of the past 2 events, Danny Harris, Craig Holbrook, Dave Barber, Tim Douglas, and Nick Stuffalato. The other 16 bowlers are mired in a play-in series to go up against these top 8 in the next round. Against a 3-pinner with Wood in front. Ball may have been deflected away, didn't go. Drago, a great second ball to recover that half Worcester. He'll get pins no matter what. So double digits for Winchell, but Drago completes the 10, but still an 11-pin gap. It's still plenty of time to make that up. We flip to the second matchup now. Ed Woodside and Chris Winiar's 10-pin gap. 10 plus the ball. Woodside's biggest frustration in that last string was not being able to get to the back row somehow or another. Let's see if that changes in the back half of this first of 2 strings. Winiar's crossed over a little bit with his backup ball here, but 2-5-7. Woodside likewise. Ooh, that's what can happen with a crossover hit, I'm afraid. 5-7, 9-10. We'll put that 7 count on the board, but not another mark as the pin jumped in front of the 7. That's 10. Woodside does well to get as many pins as he can, realistically. Suppose 9 was possible if we're splitting hairs, but not. It's a vicious leave like that. You gotta make some sort of ridiculous cut to try for the spare in the first place. Winiar's again, whoops. Too good on the head pin. Woodside is getting this lateral motion here, but is getting 5, 9, 10 staring back. 3 marks to none right now. This isn't easy, but Winiar's can cut this. Whoops, guess I overclocked my machine there. Let's get this back on track. Woodside just made a mark. this is correct. And there we're caught up, I apologize. Just in time to catch a spare fill from Woodside. Pin's gonna almost roll back, but get 5. Whittier through the object pin. Came back off the wall anyway, but 6 pin will stand. Still a question of the marks so far. Now, Woodside picks up 10 here, so the penny gap is starting to extend just a little bit here. Woodside has picked up 4 more pins than Whittier's. Keep an eye on that, even though Whittier's has the 2-mark advantage in the early going. Scoots away a bit. He's got the Chester Cove special here, 4 and 2. 1, 3, 4, 6, 7, 9. Hey, a strike! Our first we've seen on the pair of lanes. And Woodside surging late as we approach the second string. This one's pretty when it goes. Oh, yes, it does! 7-pin tripped out in the back somehow, some way. And both Woodside and Whittier's with marks in the 10th. Extra balls coming up. Just the one for Whittier's, but it's a big one. He's got his 9 counts for 116. Woodside, only way to catch up is a double, and boy did he nail the head pin. And now he's down to a second ball to escape with something. He'll go for more pins this time since maximizing the fill is the idea, as opposed to less and more aiming for the spare fill. Does pretty well to escape with 105. So 11 pins in that match. String 2 now underway. Ryan Drago and John Winchell. Drago's 110 had 3 spares, 9 pins left on the plate. John Winchell 1 spare and 10 pins left on the plate. Drago takes his time, now goes at it, 3-1 split. Winchell's having a hard time figuring out the release timing. He's got a good leave here, 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6. All these bowlers in the top 24 of the Pro Series standings, all the many events throughout the year. Cuts it over. Drago doesn't pick up the 6. Winchell gets it. And picks up a pin immediately. Pinning gap is level in this match, 10 apiece. Winchell now with a chance to cut this down, 10 minus this ball. $179. Drago got a lot of sidewall action here. Winchell carves out 3. Cutting the margin to within 1 mark. You see him explode. Remember, his only other spare fill was 9. He was basically getting the average. Again, no pin action for Drago. Winchell's trying. He's got sidewall action working very well, but the 10 pin's there. 27. Okay, 8 boxes left to go, folks. If Winchell can get that extra mark, or Ryan Drago stops pinning consistently, anything's possible. He's into the head pin, thanks for the split again, 5, 8, 10. That's at least 5 by my count, and I might have missed another. Winchell took out 4. Drago knows how big the moment is. He took his time. Had to avoid the wood, which wasn't necessarily favorable. That didn't go either. But Winchell has chiseled out the 3-pin, and we could see a pinning swing here. It's not easy for either bowler. Drago with a prudent 9. Winchell does very well to pick 3 pins out of that arrangement. Keeps it within a pin for that box. 7 to go, the margin is 8. Oh boy, and the splits are getting worse for Drago now all of a sudden. Winchell can't solve the head pin either though. A big shot may be required to swing the momentum of this match. Beaupre and Lees are active right now on my right side, as are Leach and Pawnee. Breaking out 3 ain't bad. Winchell's gonna try and spin this wood. Maybe a little too fine the way it worked out, apparently. Drago could use a few steps here. Got a little wide of the object, but comes away with 8. And that will tie that box. Other matches are Lister Hodge, Walsh, and 50. Stephen Walsh and Cody 50. Ryan Fuller Jr., David Godwin, Sean Taylor, Mark Smith, Keith Beaupre and Nate Lees, and Nick Leach and Corrado Pawnee. All those other matches being carried across all our setups here at Exeter Lanes. Drago begging for one of these splits to go. He won't get it this time. Having to fight for every pin. Winchell got it off the wall again. Sidewalls are lively enough at Exeter. They're not gimmies, but you do get some action here. Just that little extra to carry a corner, perhaps. These bowlers are wishing it would come on the first ball. Now Winchell just picked up 2 pins there. So the gap is now 6 in this match by my count. Woodside and Winyars in their 3rd quarter. All these matches today, 2 strings total pinfall. All the 1 through 8 seeds waiting anxiously in the wings, waiting their turn. Woodside's carved through and is wondering what in the world he did to deserve that. Check marking 2 more. That's the Caleri lead for the Winyars, 1, 3, 6, and 10. Woodside off the wall. You got that little bit of sidewall bounce just to tantalize you, but it doesn't really work.
I really don't want to get hurt, so I'm not going. I might go watch.
Woodside works out for 9 after all that. Yes, Winyars picks pins. Pinning gap still at 3. Woodside will try away from the head pin this time, I say facetiously. He's got 1, 2, 4. may have crossed over. I didn't see the angle of entry, but 7-10. Woodside picks it up. Winners can't pick pins here. I want to get at least one here. He's picked one, got 8. Pin and gap extends to 5 now in Woodside's favor, and now he's going to dump a spare on this to close the margin. A strike would change the momentum. But no, we're not aiming for the head pin anymore, remember, folks? There's a 7 drop. Winier is always with that smooth flourish on the release, and what a big strike! Woodside picks his leave up. Still pretty even Stevens right now. Excuse me. Wow. So I'm realizing I've made a whopper of a call here. I thought the 10 pin had dropped. It had not. Well. So it is a 10 boxer winning ours. I beg your pardon. Let's actually look at the complexion as it stands here. 3 pins the gap. So Woodside now immediately will be able to turn the tides of this match. He crossed over a little bit. He's going to get 4 out of this on a head pin hit. Now then, now pins drop. There is a 7 pin standing. Hey, Bale, Woodside trying to send something into the other corner. Major opportunity, Woods there to possibly foil Winiar's, but he's got it. Mark it up. And now, how about this? We have ourselves a tie match with ball in hand for Chris. Woodside, he got in the pocket this time. Overdue, I would say. All those head pin hits, and finally it explodes. Winiar spare fill, that's 8. Get the pin off the wall, count it. Advantage Winiar's again. Go ahead, Woodside has on a strike, you never know. Now here come the conclusions, folks, and we're in for some good ones here. Good hit there. He's got 9. Another single pin staring back. Drago, good hit also. He's got a single. Wood is a little suspect on the angle. It's going back left to front right, but it should be negotiable here. It's way out for Winchell here. Spins it in. Single made. Drago, yeah, I was worried about the angle of that one. It was a bit far out, detached, and off angle, and unfortunately the ball deflected away. We'll put that 9 on the board, or you can have a look here. Making sure my math is right, but it is 59 in the ball for Winchell and 53 for Drago. And the Union Street anchor looking to flip the script here. Down 5 plus this. Got a close match here. Drago's got a good look at the 4 horsemen. 1 pin margin. Oh, Drago runs it down on the outside. Big time momentum swing there. Hard to get the back-to-back pins there. Winchell takes 9. So we have all-day coverage coming up here across all our many setups here. So after this match, what we'll do is, first of all, take a look at the conclusion of Woodside versus Winniars, and then we'll keep it here and feature all the other bowlers that happen across our pair of lanes. Remember, many other setups available. Bob Lee, Paul Grant, and Justin Scally also here on hand to bring you coverage of this great event. Culmination of the Pro Series calendar. Oh! I couldn't believe that. That pin took an eternity to fall. I beg your pardon if it blew anyone's eardrums out, but that's a strike on spare. Winchell picks it up, a 5-pin cluster. Double stack, split up, who cares? And that was pivotal to keep himself in this match. Previous fills are 3 and 4. He's missed the headpin, got sidewall action. We'll put 6 on the board here. Drago. Carving pins up, this all dropping on the strike. Just got wood available to spin. 5-7 stares back. So Drago now in the lead. Commandingly, if he can make this, he's got it. Take another 20 out of the ATM. He's got a spare 3 marks in a row. 17-pin gap, and I think we can see where this one's going, folks, though not mathematically over yet. Drago's got 5 pins, and I believe we have ourselves a winner here. I got Kevin Burns here. Kevin, what do you got for us?
Well, Greg, as you may know, next to you was Joey Lisser versus Dave Mahahan. Lisser defeated Haji by 10 pins at 233 to 223. And Foles Jr. just beat Dave Garwin at 217 to 191.
Alrighty. Thank you so much, Kevin. We got 8 matches in progress across all the lanes. You see here Ryan Drago wins against John Winchell and will advance and will face Jimbo Ayotte in round number 2. Woodside and Winniars now. Unless Woodside doubles the strike, Winniars has the advantage. Spare fill is required as well. He's got the head pin. Yes, they continue to tumble.
I think that's butter. I think that's butter.
Woodside still has to work out this strike.
I did have a little bit. I knew it was going to be a little bit.
The pins aren't that hard to push off their spot if you get to them. But boy, is it tough to find the angle, and Winniars made a pretty good cut on it. Woodside takes apart 4 more pins. That all drops on the strike, and you see it here. Margin is 6.
I can make an omelet and just dump them out.
And it would be a disaster for pace of play, but should the 2 strings result in a tie, it would result in a 1-string roll-off. Followed by 2 boxes and another 2 boxes and another 2 boxes and eventually fisticuffs. Just kidding. Not kidding about the 2 boxes part. Winiar's big hit strike. For real this time, I beg your pardon. This is a weird one. Wood is mostly horizontal for Woodside against this 5-7-8. He's motioning for that side wood to get over as if maybe that could form a sweeper of sorts. It's almost vertical. He's going way right looking for the sweep and it disappears into the curtain. Now he'll try the front wood. That doesn't go either, so vindication. Not like he left it on the table here. 82 and a strike for Winiar's. He's got the advantage. Kevin.
Well, another match just finished, Greg. Corey Pini defeated Nick Leach, Leah Lane's boy, to 210 to 182. So he's going to be moving on to face Tim Douglas.
Thank you very much. 210 gets the job done. Still filling the strike is Winiar's. Pick the object pin. Yep, that'll be 8. So, job done there. Woods, he's a shot and got it. Utilizing the wood to perfection. Wait for Winiar's to score to post before we see the margin. It was supposed to disappear. 16 pins minus a ball. Still 2 boxes. This match is not over yet. A significant but inconclusive advantage. Chris didn't like that out of his hand. Side on a fill, head pin crushed. 5, story of his life. A lot of. Woodside was north of 400 in his match last night at the Friday Night Pro League. Also shades of that time he was in the 3-man random draw teams, made the final. Wasn't getting a whole lot of luck there despite being very accurate throughout in that match as well. The match that Zuffalato, Walsh, and Baker won. Nine versus 7. Winiar's commandingly in front here by more than a mark. That's going to get. And that shot immediately forces Woodside to double. He needs this head pin explosion now, and unfortunately, it's not going to be. And I believe we have ourselves a mathematical winner. Winiar's collects the spare, and that will definitely be that. What a great shot by Woodside on the end. Defeated today, but no shortage of talent from either of these bowlers. Oops. Hey, good finish anyway. 7 drop is good. And your final scores, you see them here. 241, Chris Winiar's, 225, Ed Woodside. And Winiar's will go on to face Dave Barber, the number 6 seed. Well, just looking over at my correspondent Kevin to see if he has anything. I think he's still looking for that. We'll click the mic on if we have any further updates, but in the meantime, we will reset and get ready for the round of 16. See you soon. Just as an update, folks, one match is remaining at this point. We are waiting for a lane delay right now, but that match will conclude momentarily. But I can read out some other results right here. You heard them earlier from Kevin Burns as well, but I'll just reiterate them. Lister defeats Malahan. You saw Drago defeat Winchell. Stephen Walsh, Cody 50, currently in progress right now. Fuller Jr. over Dave Godwin. Mark Smith against Sean Taylor. Chris Winiar's over Ed Woodside, as you saw. Beaupre and Lee's still in progress. And Corrado Pani defeats Nick Leach, the 10-string champion. I just read all the scores out. We'll be right back in just a moment. back here quickly. We're doing warm-ups with the 1 through 8 seeds, but Kevin has updates here on both the remaining 2 matchups.
All right, Cody and Steve Walsh. Walsh is moving on to face Danny Harris, and Keith Brokey just defeated Nate Leeds with a monstrous 144 strike.
And a 120, so 120 I believe it was, 264, 2-game set here.
Yeah.
So, matchups in the next round, 8-seeded Zuffalato will face 9-seeded Joey Lister, 1-seed Jimbo Ayotte versus 16-seed Ryan Drago, 4-seed Danny Harris against Stephen Walsh, as you just mentioned, and number 5, Craig Holbrook against number 12, Brian Fuller Jr., and then number 3-seed Josh Daly will take on number 19-seed Mark Smith, number 6-seed Dave Barber versus 22-seed Chris Winiars. And we have Sean Baker taking on Keith Beaupre after that 264, 2 versus 15 matchup. And Tim Douglas taking on Corrado Pani, who was an alternate today and made it in, and now has moved on to the round of 16.
Well, we got a lot of bowling still to come. We hope you enjoy it. And also tune in to next week for the Easter Classic at Exeter Lanes.
Yes, we're looking forward to that. That's out of Nashua, New Hampshire. We'll bring it back right here to Exeter in just a moment. The 1 through 8 seeds are taking warm-ups, and once those matches begin, we will click on and stay with the stream. See you soon.